Happy New Year. Good to be with you again today, and thank you for checking back in. As always, there's a verse that I've had as part of the signature on my email for work for quite some time. It's from Colossians 3, it's verse 12. It says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." It seemed like a fitting daily reminder as your director of pastoral care to put those things on, to put on compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience as I share God's love with our church family. Right now, that reminder seems more crucial as I see mounting evidence that our world as a whole is becoming increasingly contentious, angry, and confrontational. With Christmas carols proclaiming peace on earth, goodwill to men still ringing in our ears, I fear we're losing the ability to share peace with the people around us, especially those who don't agree with our thoughts and opinions on just about any matter. Several months ago, I greatly reduced the amount of news that I was watching and reading online because, frankly, it was causing a great deal of anxiety to my spirit. It became hard to set that aside and not dwell on those issues that face our nation right now and were causing me to feel that anxiety. And honestly, it became so difficult to watch people with different opinions shouting at each other and constantly interrupting to make their point. I still do try to stay informed, but I am much more selective, opting for smaller doses of news bites, which has lessened my anxiety considerably. And while that contentious discord doesn't seem as widespread in our community or in our state, that's not to say that it doesn't happen or that it couldn't at some point. So in this new year, it seems appropriate to make a pledge to live as we know Christ wants us to live. Loving one another as we would like to be loved is a good start, but it's truly a moment by moment, day by day, deliberate act of constantly putting on compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience in every encounter, every conversation, and every opportunity that we have with those around us. It has to start somewhere, and it truly should begin with those of us who profess our devotion to our God, to the God who taught us so clearly what true love is when He sent His Son to save us from our sins. If we honestly love God with all our hearts, minds, souls, and strength, and love our neighbors as ourselves, we should be willing to immerse ourselves, to clothe ourselves in those things that are in that verse, in compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, every second of every day of our lives. If we pledge to do this, starting in our homes, our workplaces, at school, or in our community, it may not have a huge impact. In fact, we may never know if it's had any effect whatsoever. But the ripples may be wider than you can ever imagine when we treat somebody with kindness, compassion, be humble in our attitude rather than contentious. All those things may spark a fire that continues far and wide as one person shares that with another, and so on. Let's be the people who not only profess our love of God, but live it through all our actions, all our words, and all our deeds as moment by moment we put on compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, and change our world for the sake of Jesus Christ. God bless you all. Thank you.